step into the dramatic, intense world of Black Forest Hospital, 1985 to 1989, the German medical series that captivated audiences with its gripping storylines, complex characters, and high-stakes hospital drama. While fans remember the suspense, emotional twists, and unforgettable performances, some of the talented actors who brought the series to life have tragically passed away over the years. From leading stars to memorable supporting cast, their untimely losses remind us of life's fragility, even for those who once filled screens with talent, emotion, and unforgettable presence. Celebrate the legacy of these iconic performers. Klosterjan Wassau, born April 30, 1929, in Kammin, Weimar, Germany, now Kamień-Pomorski, Poland, took on the role of Professor Klaus Brinkmann in the Black Forest Clinic in 1985 at age 56, immediately capturing the nation's admiration with a performance that combined medical expertise, paternal care, and moral authority. Brinkmann's character became emblematic of the ideal physician, a man whose calm demeanor, sharp intellect, and emotional empathy drew patients, colleagues, and viewers alike into his orbit. Off-screen, Wassau's life was complex and often turbulent. Born into a region still recovering from the chaos of post-World War I Germany, he experienced early deprivation, family instability, and the lingering shadow of wartime scarcity that shaped his resilience and determination. His aspiration to become a physician was thwarted by political restrictions in East Germany, propelling him into a career in acting, a field in which he both thrived and struggled with internal tensions and public scrutiny. Wassau navigated 4 marriages, often mired in the challenges of fame, miscommunication, and public attention, while pursuing private passions in painting and writing that became both sanctuary and creative outlet. His career, though widely celebrated, was not without controversy. Colleagues occasionally described him as exacting and difficult, and he faced subtle criticism for his personal choices and perceived rigidity in professional settings. Health challenges beset his later years, including multiple strokes and advancing dementia, which curtailed his public appearances but never his devotion to the arts. Wassau passed away on June 19, 2007, at 78, leaving an estimated net worth of €5 million, yet his enduring legacy extends far beyond financial assets, through his profound impact on German television, the arts, and a cultural perception of medical professionalism infused with humanity and moral integrity, cementing his place as an iconic figure whose life story mirrored the resilience and depth of the character he so memorably portrayed. Evelyn Hamann, born August 6, 1942, in Hamburg, Germany, joined the Black Forest Clinic in 1986 at age 44 as Karsta Michaelis, the quietly formidable housekeeper whose loyalty, efficiency, and understated humor provided an essential anchor to the Brinkmann household's often turbulent dynamic. Karsta's character became beloved for her subtle interventions and gentle sarcasm, delivering both comic relief and moments of human warmth that balanced the series' high-stakes medical drama. Hamann's upbringing was marked by post-war austerity, the loss of a stable family structure, and societal pressures that required emotional resilience and careful self-presentation from a young age, molding her signature deadpan style and disciplined work ethic. Professionally, she achieved renown for her collaborations with Laureate, though the intensity of repeated performances, tight schedules, and public expectation took a psychological toll, magnified by the personal strain of a private divorce and years of solitary dedication to craft. Her steadfast professionalism masked internal struggles, as she battled long-term illness, including lymphoma that would ultimately end her life, highlighting the fragile humanity behind her composed, precise comedic persona. Despite these trials, Hamann remained dedicated to acting, television, and theater, creating a body of work that resonated across German-speaking audiences and influenced generations of performers. She passed away on October 28, 2007, at age 65, leaving an estimated net worth of €1 to €2 million. Beyond material assets, her legacy encompasses a mastery of timing and subtlety in performance, a steadfast commitment to her art despite personal adversity, and a cultural imprint as one of Germany's most skilled and admired television actresses, whose work continues to evoke both laughter and quiet reflection on the human condition. Karen Hart, born April 28, 1910, in Altena, Hamburg, was 75 when she joined the Black Forest Clinic in 1985 as Katie, the elder housekeeper whose warmth, patience, and steadfast presence offered viewers a comforting, grounding influence amid the hectic hospital environment. Katie's maternal authority and quiet wisdom made her a beloved character, one who provided emotional stability and counsel to both patients and staff, leaving an indelible mark on audiences despite her late entry into the series. Hart's childhood and adolescence were framed by the socio-political upheavals of early 20th century Germany, including economic hardship, limited opportunities for women, and societal expectations that imposed strict codes of behavior, all of which instilled in her a remarkable resilience and adaptability that would later inform her acting style. Her professional trajectory was extensive, beginning in the 1930s as a romantic lead in German cinema and later reinventing herself as a character actress in film and television, a transition that demanded flexibility and perseverance amidst changing artistic landscapes and audience tastes. Off-screen, Hart faced the challenges of sustaining financial security, maintaining professional credibility in a male-dominated industry, and managing personal stress without the support of public adulation comparable to her male contemporaries, all while navigating societal expectations that placed pressure on her personal life. She passed away on March 5, 1992, at the age of 81 from a cerebral hemorrhage, leaving an estimated net worth of €500,000. Hart's legacy is defined not only by her prolific career and the depth she brought to maternal and nurturing roles but also by the authenticity and dignity she maintained both on-screen and off, cementing her status as a quietly influential figure in German entertainment history whose performances continue to resonate as exemplars of grace, professionalism, and emotional honesty. Herbert Tenneguide, born February 28, 1937, in Grossbelken, East Prussia, now Lithuania, entered the world of the Black Forest Clinic in 1985 at age 48 and later took on the role of Dr. Laudan from 1988, portraying a calm, unflappable anesthesiologist whose presence lent stability to the often frenetic surgical environment. Tenneguide's Doc Laudan was methodical, meticulous, and quietly authoritative, earning the respect of patients and colleagues alike, while his off-screen life revealed layers of resilience and artistic ambition. His early childhood was scarred by the upheaval of World War II, experiencing displacement, loss of homeland, and the disintegration of his family unit, forcing him to cultivate independence, discipline, and emotional self-containment. These formative experiences echoed throughout his adult life, informing a persona that combines stoic reliability with understated emotional depth. Tenneguide's career, though distinguished in theater, radio, and voice acting, including the German voice of Skeletor in He-Man, was not without turbulence. He faced intermittent professional setbacks due to typecasting, the challenges of post-war German media industry reconstruction, and the competitive pressures of sustaining a diverse artistic portfolio while supporting a family. Personally, Tenneguide endured the deaths of close colleagues, navigating grief quietly, and balanced the demands of high-profile roles with the need for personal privacy, often retreating from public life to avoid media scrutiny. He remained deeply committed to theater and radio throughout his career, mentoring younger actors and contributing to cultural preservation initiatives, demonstrating an enduring drive to transform hardship into creative expression. Herbert Tenneguide passed away on October 10, 2022, at age 85 in Hamburg. His net worth was estimated around €1 million, reflecting a career built on artistic dedication rather than fame or fortune. His legacy resides not only in the calm authority and professionalism of Dr. Laudan but also in the resilience and quiet artistry he brought to German entertainment, leaving a model of discipline, creativity, and personal integrity rarely chronicled in public accounts. Karl Walter Dias, born January 25, 1928, in Salzburg, Austria, became Dr. Schaefer in the Black Forest Clinic in 1985 at age 57, embodying a physician whose quiet authority, deep empathy, and patient-centered approach made him a cornerstone of the ensemble cast. Schaefer was portrayed with a dignified, almost paternal presence, blending wisdom with a gentle moral compass that resonated with audiences and elevated the show's emotional texture. Dias's upbringing in post-World War I Austria involved economic hardship and exposure to societal upheavals, shaping a cautious, disciplined personality that would inform both his life and acting. Early disappointments, including the loss of extended family members and professional rejections in theater, created a persistent undercurrent of tension in his life. His career highlights included an extensive presence on German television and voice acting, though he faced personal trials with 2 marriages, raising a child amidst demanding work schedules, and negotiating the often rigid hierarchies of German theater companies. Dias endured moments of public scrutiny and professional rivalry, navigating them with a stoic detachment and commitment to craft. He continued performing into his 70s, defying ageist tendencies in the entertainment industry, and maintained a reputation for reliability, mentorship, and artistic integrity. Karl Walter Dias died on March 30, 2014, at 86 from pneumonia in Frankfurt am Main, leaving a net worth estimated at €2 million. His legacy includes the cultivation of authenticity in portraying dedicated, morally grounded professionals and the embodiment of resilience in a post-war European arts landscape, illustrating how personal hardship can translate into compelling, grounded performance art that continues to influence German television drama. Heinlein Weiss, born September 17, 1940, in Villach, Austria, brought a combination of elegance, intelligence, and empathy to her role as Dr. Elena Bach in the Black Forest Clinic in 1985 at age 45. Her character's warmth, sophistication, and clinical acumen provided both narrative tension and emotional resonance, creating a touchstone for viewers and elevating the ensemble's on-screen dynamic. Weiss grew up in a family deeply affected by World War II's aftermath, facing scarcity, societal upheaval, and the loss of stability that instilled resilience and a reflective sensibility from a young age. These formative experiences shaped her artistic sensibilities and informed her nuanced approach to portraying complex emotional landscapes. Her personal life was marked by profound loss, most notably the death of her husband in 1998, and ongoing health challenges, which she faced while maintaining a vigorous performance schedule in acting, singing, and writing. Professionally, Weiss navigated the German entertainment industry's pressures, including public scrutiny, fluctuating roles, and the persistent challenge of sustaining artistic relevance in television and film. Despite these difficulties, she cultivated a reputation for professionalism, creativity, and mentorship, leaving an indelible impression on colleagues and audiences. Heinlein Weiss passed away on November 24, 2023, at age 83, with a net worth estimated at €1.5 million. Her legacy encompasses not only her contributions to German-language television and film but also her resilience in the face of personal and professional adversity. Weiss's career and life story illustrate the interplay of personal tragedy, professional perseverance, and artistic expression, leaving a cultural and emotional imprint that extends beyond material wealth and continues to inspire appreciation for depth, empathy, and dedication in performance arts. Raymond Harmstorff was born on October 7, 1939, in Hamburg, Germany, into a society scarred by the aftermath of World War II, which profoundly shaped his early worldview and character. His childhood was turbulent. The shadows of war, economic deprivation, and social instability forced him to develop a hardened exterior and a self-reliant personality, masking vulnerability behind charm and intensity. He was a former decathlon champion and trained briefly in medicine before pivoting toward acting, a choice that would define his public life while never fully resolving his personal turmoil. Harmstorff joined the Black Forest Clinic in 1987 at age 48 as Florian Brinkmann, a cousin of Professor Brinkmann, and his character immediately stood out for a blend of raw physicality, magnetic charisma, and unpredictable emotional intensity that often disrupted the hospital's calm order. Audiences were captivated by his ability to embody a man who was both intensely human and larger than life, yet off-screen, Harmstorff's life was a study in contrasts. He struggled with Parkinson's disease, concealing the tremors and rigidity through heavy medication and stoic professionalism. The pressures of fame and sensationalist media attention, especially invasive tabloid coverage, intensified his mental health struggles, leading to a profound sense of isolation and despair. This culminated tragically in his death by suicide in May 1998 at age 58, an event that sparked national debate over the ethics of media intrusion. At the time of his passing, Harmstorff's estate was valued at €1 to €2 million, encompassing earnings from television, film, and commercial work. Beyond material wealth, his enduring legacy lies in the intensity and authenticity he brought to every performance, leaving a cautionary yet compelling portrait of a life lived on the edge between public acclaim and private suffering, demonstrating the complex interplay between celebrity, vulnerability, and media exposure in late 20th century Europe. Hannelore Elsner was born on July 26, 1942, in Berghausen, Bavaria, into a family marked by early tragedy, including the death of her brother during World War II and the passing of her father from tuberculosis when she was 8 years old. These formative experiences of loss and instability left an indelible imprint on her psyche, compelling her to develop resilience, independence, and a deep emotional awareness, traits that would define both her personal life and her acting career. At age 45, she joined the Black Forest Clinic in 1987, portraying Maria Rotenberg, a character whose elegance, intelligence, and emotional complexity added layers to the series' interpersonal drama. Elsner's off-screen life was equally intense. She built a formidable reputation as one of Germany's most fearless actresses, often selecting roles that challenged societal norms and explored the human psyche with unflinching honesty. Despite her professional successes, she endured health challenges and the personal toll of living in the public eye, particularly as she navigated relationships and professional pressures that tested her emotional endurance. Her life was punctuated by periods of reflection and introspection, including writing memoirs that revealed her struggles and triumphs, offering insight into the emotional labor behind her performances. Elsner passed away on April 21, 2019, at age 76 from breast cancer. At the time of her death, her net worth was estimated at approximately €5 million, accrued through decades of work in television, film, and theater. Her cultural legacy extends beyond financial metrics. She left a body of work characterized by emotional authenticity, social commentary, and artistic courage, inspiring subsequent generations of actors and asserting her place as a transformative figure in German cinema, whose life story combines tragedy, resilience, and indomitable talent. Ernst Fritz Furbringer was born on July 27, 1900, in Brunswick, Germany, into a conservative family that valued education, discipline, and adherence to social hierarchy, yet his formative years were shadowed by the disruption of World War I and the economic instability of the Weimar Republic. These circumstances instilled in him a keen sense of observation, self-discipline, and an understanding of social dynamics, which he later channeled into a remarkable acting career spanning over 5 decades. At age 85, he appeared in the Black Forest Clinic in 1986 as Konstantin Taubrecht, a venerable and dignified figure who provided a stabilizing presence within the hospital, embodying wisdom, moral authority, and a subtle humanism that contrasted with the fast-moving drama around him. Furbringer's career included over 130 films, often portraying aristocrats, judges, and intellectuals, including controversial work during the Nazi era, such as the 1943 Titanic, which reflected both the complex moral landscape and the artistic constraints of the period. Personal tragedies and societal pressures, including navigating a professional life under totalitarian oversight, loss of colleagues, and the challenges of aging in a demanding industry, tested his resolve and character. Furbringer passed away on October 30, 1988, in Munich at age 88. His estate was valued at approximately €1 million, encompassing modest property holdings and residuals from film appearances. His legacy is defined by a combination of professional rigor, the gravitas he brought to his roles, and his embodiment of continuity and resilience in German cinema, offering a historical bridge between generations and providing audiences with a lens into the evolving cultural and political landscapes of 20th century Germany, leaving behind a model of disciplined artistry and enduring influence. Dieter Eppler, born on February 11, 1927, in Stuttgart, Germany, stepped into the role of Dr. Neubert in the Black Forest Clinic in 1988 at age 61, bringing to the screen a physician whose calm pragmatism and measured authority made him a cornerstone of the hospital's drama-filled environment. On screen, Dr. Neubert's interactions with patients and colleagues revealed a mix of stern professionalism and subtle empathy, endearing him to viewers while reflecting the gravitas of Epler's seasoned performance. Off-camera, Epler's life was a tapestry of artistic ambition and personal dedication. He was married to Magdalene Schnaitman and fathered 5 children, navigating the demands of family life alongside a prolific career in film, television, and radio dramas. Born into a Germany that would soon be swept into war, Epler's early years were marked by societal upheaval, economic uncertainty, and the shadow of impending conflict, instilling resilience and a relentless work ethic. Professionally, he faced the pressures common to actors of his generation, including typecasting in crime dramas and the challenge of remaining relevant across decades of evolving media landscapes. Yet his commitment to craft never wavered. He directed, acted, and lent his voice to countless radio plays, leaving a legacy of versatility and dedication. In the final years of his life, Epler faced the inevitable decline of health with quiet dignity, maintaining close ties with family and colleagues while reflecting on a career that spanned some of the most transformative periods in German media. He passed away on April 12, 2008, in Stuttgart at age 81, leaving an estate valued at approximately €1 to €2 million. Epler's legacy endures not only in his extensive body of work but also in the generations of actors and audiences he influenced, remembered as a figure who brought gravitas, depth, and humanity to every role he inhabited, embodying the blend of artistry and lived experience that defined mid-20th century German cinema and television. Wolfgang Kiehling, born on March 16, 1924, in Berlin, Germany, joined the Black Forest Clinic in 1985 at the age of 61, as Drei Marker, a character defined by cerebral acuity, enigmatic presence, and intense dedication to the art of diagnosis. His portrayal offered audiences a compelling figure who balanced intellectual rigor with a hint of personal mystery, making Dr. Marker both respected and intriguing within the hospital's ensemble. Kieling's life, however, mirrored the turbulence of his characters. He grew up in a city soon engulfed by war, became a soldier during World War II, and endured years as a Russian prisoner of war until 1949, experiences that left psychological scars and informed his later intensity on screen. His career spanned early child acting, international recognition with roles in films like Alfred Hitchcock's Torn Curtain, and frequent movement between East and West Germany, reflecting the geopolitical instability of the period. Personal life turmoil, including multiple marriages, publicized separations, and the continuous challenge of professional reinvention, added layers of struggle behind the polished exterior of his performances. The sudden complications following stomach surgery in 1985 brought an abrupt end to a life characterized by resilience in the face of historical and personal adversity. He passed away on October 7, 1985, in Hamburg, leaving an estate estimated at €1 million. Kieling's cultural footprint lies not only in his memorable portrayals of medical and dramatic figures but also in his embodiment of post-war German perseverance, a life where personal tragedy and professional excellence intersected, leaving audiences with characters that resonated with both intellectual depth and human vulnerability. Claudia Buetneth, born on September 20, 1946, in Göttingen, Germany, assumed the role of Lydia Brum in the Black Forest Clinic in 1988 at age 42, portraying a medical professional whose compassion, intuition, and involvement in emotionally charged storylines made her a beloved figure within the series. On screen, Buetneth conveyed both empathy and quiet determination, creating a character that balanced clinical skill with personal warmth, leaving viewers with a lasting impression of humanity and professional integrity. Her own life bore a mixture of creative drive and private complexity. She married Patrick Neville Booth and raised a son, Oliver, while navigating the demands of a multifaceted career that included acting in films such as Brass Target and What Have You Done to Solange, as well as directing and producing short films. Childhood in post-war Germany exposed her to societal reconstruction, economic challenges, and cultural shifts, fostering resilience and an adaptability that would serve her in the unpredictable entertainment industry. Buetneth faced personal trials, including the pressures of balancing family with career ambitions, industry typecasting, and ultimately her battle with cancer, which colored her later years with both physical struggle and reflection on her legacy. She passed away on September 1, 2016, at age 69, leaving an estate estimated at €500,000. Her enduring legacy combines tangible contributions to German film and television with the intangible influence of her performances, which showcased emotional depth, ethical commitment, and the quiet power of a woman navigating professional excellence and personal complexity in a rapidly changing cultural landscape. Gussel Bearhammer, born on February 12, 1922, in Munich, Germany, was 65 when he joined the Black Forest Clinic in 1987, portraying Landstreicher Boris, a wandering, slightly scruffy yet profoundly insightful figure who cut through the hospital's high-stakes drama with a mixture of humor, streetwise wisdom, and a quiet humanism that made him unforgettable to audiences. On screen, Boris seemed simple, even aimless, yet his interactions with the medical staff and patients often revealed deeper truths about empathy, morality, and resilience, providing a counterpoint to the clinical rigidity and personal ego conflicts of the hospital personnel. Bearhammer's early life was framed by the economic instability and political turmoil of post-World War I Germany, growing up in a working-class Bavarian household, marked by financial hardship and a father who was frequently absent due to work, leaving him and his siblings to navigate scarcity and social marginalization. The trauma of childhood, including early encounters with anti-Semitism and the shadow of the impending Nazi regime, imbued him with resilience and a deeply humanistic perspective, though he concealed much of his emotional pain beneath humor and discipline. His career began in theater before moving to film and television, where he became a regional icon through roles like Meister Eder in the beloved Pumuckl series, but he also faced repeated professional challenges, including typecasting and being overlooked for more prominent national or international roles despite critical acclaim. Off-screen, he endured private losses and periods of isolation, struggling with the fragility of fame and the limitations of regional celebrity, yet he maintained a relentless commitment to craft, mentoring young actors and cultivating a unique blend of theatrical gravitas and naturalistic charm. Bearhammer passed away on April 24, 1993, at age 71 from cancer, leaving an estimated net worth of €1 million, and a cultural legacy enshrined in German children's television, regional folklore, and generations of fans who still cherish his humor, warmth, and moral authenticity. Karl-Heinz Vossgerow, born on August 21, 1927, in Kiel, Germany, was 60 when he appeared in the Black Forest Clinic in 1987 as Professor Brieken, a meticulous, authoritative, and intellectually commanding medical professional whose ethical and clinical decisions often drove the narrative tension of the series. On screen, Brieken's presence conveyed both gravitas and moral certainty, a figure whose calm yet assertive demeanor served as the ethical anchor amidst the hospital's interpersonal conflicts. Vossgerow's upbringing was shadowed by the instability of interwar Germany and the upheavals of World War II, with formative experiences shaped by scarcity, frequent relocations, and the pervasive tension of living in a politically charged environment that demanded both conformity and personal discretion. These early experiences cultivated in him a careful, disciplined character and an acute sense of observation, qualities that informed his measured and precise acting style. Professionally, he faced the challenge of maintaining a sustainable career through decades marked by shifting media landscapes, typecasting, and the expectations of both popular audiences and critical arbiters, although he achieved recognition through roles in series like Rampatruel Orion and Tatort. Periods of underemployment and the limitations of the German television industry created recurring professional frustrations. Personally, Vossgerow endured private hardships, including the deaths of close friends and colleagues, which he met with stoic perseverance, redirecting emotional energy into mentoring emerging actors and sustaining a reputation for reliability and intellectual depth. Vossgerow passed away on January 4, 2021, at age 93 from natural causes, leaving a net worth estimated at €2 million. His legacy remains embedded in German television history, celebrated for bringing authority, moral clarity, and intellectual rigor to the screen, influencing generations of performers and audiences while serving as a paragon of professionalism and enduring artistic influence. Though time has passed, the laughter they gave us still echoes. The cast of Black Forest Hospital brought joy to millions, and even though some of them are no longer with us, their performances live on. As we remember those we've lost, we also celebrate the legacy they left behind, one that continues to entertain and connect generations. Thank you for joining us in honoring these unforgettable stars. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tributes to the legends of television history.